You know, I ran into my neighbor George the other day. He just turned 82, still plays tennis twice a week, and has more energy than most 50-year-olds. And as we were talking, I had to ask him, "George, what's your secret? You're moving better now than you were a decade ago." He just smiled and said, "Oh, I don't do anything special. Just a few little things every day that add up." And that got me thinking, how many of us wake up feeling like our best years are behind us? Like our energy is slipping away, and there's nothing we can do about it? Well, today I've got wonderful news for you. Research shows that after 60, simple daily habits can literally add a decade or more to your life. And not just more years, but better years. Years where you feel strong, sharp, and full of vitality. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm too old to change, or it's too late for me. But here's the truth. Your body is always listening, always responding. And small changes, they create big results over time. So let's talk about the first, the habits that can help you reclaim that energy and potentially add those precious years to your life. Habit 1. Morning sunlight and stretch. The first habit is simpler than you might imagine. It's about how you start your morning. Most of us wake up and immediately check our phones or turn on the news. But here's what centenarians, people who live past 100, do differently. They take just 5 minutes for what I call sun and stretch. Right after waking up, they go to a window, or better yet, outside, and let natural light hit their face. This simple act resets your internal clock, boosts mood-regulating serotonin, and tells your body it's time to be awake. Then, they do 3 gentle stretches, reaching for the sky, touching their toes or knees, and a gentle twist. Not yoga, just natural movements. George does this every morning while his coffee brews. Habit 2. Time-restricted eating. Now the second habit might surprise you because it's not about adding something, but about timing. After 60, when you eat becomes just as important as what you eat. Research shows that compressing your eating window, say having breakfast at 8 and finishing dinner by 6, gives your body a chance to repair itself overnight. Think of it like this. Your digestive system is like a hard-working employee. If it's constantly processing food, it never gets time for maintenance. But give it 12 to 14 hours off each night, suddenly it can focus on cellular cleanup. Margaret, another one of my active 80-something friends, swears by this. She says it's why she stopped needing afternoon naps. Habit 3. Movement variety now. The third habit is where most people get stuck, because it's not about exercise exactly, but about movement variety. The longest-lived people in the world don't hit the gym. They simply move naturally throughout the day. Gardening, walking, to the market, even fidgeting in their chair. Here's what you can do. Every time you sit down to watch TV, stand up and move during commercials. If you're on the phone, pace around. When brushing your teeth, stand on one leg, hold the counter if needed. These movement snacks keep your joints lubricated and muscles engaged without feeling like exercise. Habit 4. Deep social connection. No, when I first started researching these habits, I came across something fascinating about Okinawa, Japan, a place they call the Land of Immortals. It has one of the highest concentrations of centenarians in the world. And here's what struck me. These vibrant 90- and 100-year-olds aren't counting calories or running marathons. They're living by traditions so simple, yet so powerful. That brings us to our fourth habit, and this one might be the most overlooked of all. It's about connection. Not just socializing, but deep, meaningful engagement. Studies show that seniors with strong social ties have a 50% higher survival rate over a given period compared to those with weaker connections. But here's the key. It's not about the number of friends you have. It's about having just a few. People who truly get you. People you can share stories with, debate ideas, even argue with sometimes. George, my tennis-playing neighbor? Every Wednesday, he meets with 2 childhood friends at the local diner. They've been doing this for 60 years. Sometimes they talk politics, sometimes they reminisce, sometimes they sit in comfortable silence. That kind of connection, it's like a vitamin for your soul. Now you might be thinking, but I've lost so many friends over the years. That's why this habit is about quality, not quantity. Could be a weekly phone call with a grandchild where you really listen. A book club where you debate the characters. Even regular conversations with your mail carrier or barista count, as long as they're real, not just polite chatter. Habit 5. Purposeful pauses. The 5th habit is what I call purposeful pauses. After 60, our bodies need recovery time more than ever, but not in the way you might think. This isn't about napping, though naps are great. It's about building moments of complete mental and physical rest into your day. Here's how it works. 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. You take what I call a 90-second pause. You sit comfortably, close your eyes, and do nothing but breathe. Not meditation where you try to clear your mind. Just pausing, letting your body catch up. Margaret calls these her reset moments. She says they help her stay patient with her great-grandkids when they're being rambunctious. What's fascinating is how these 2 habits work together. The connection gives you reasons to stay vibrant. The pauses give you the energy to enjoy those connections. It's like a dance between engagement and restoration. Now, you might notice something interesting about all these habits we've covered so far. None require money. None demand hours of your time. They're simply about working with your body's natural wisdom rather than against it. But we've got 2 more habits to explore, and these are what truly tie everything together into a lifestyle that can potentially add those precious years. Habit 6. Cultivating purpose. The final game-changing habits and your longevity blueprint. Let me tell you about my friend Evelyn. She's 94, still lives independently, and until last year was still volunteering at the local library. When I asked her secret, she winked and said, "I never stopped being useful." That brings us to our 6th habit, perhaps the most powerful one of all, cultivating a sense of purpose. Studies from the Rush Alzheimer's Disease Center found that seniors with strong life purpose were 2.4 times less likely to develop Alzheimer's. But here's what's fascinating. Purpose doesn't mean changing the world. It can be as simple as teaching your granddaughter how to make your famous apple pie, organizing family photos to preserve memories, growing tomatoes to share with neighbors, even just being the person who always remembers birthdays. Evelyn's current purpose. She's the neighborhood watchdog, not in a nosy way, but she knows when someone hasn't picked up their paper and checks in on them. That sense of being needed? It gets her out of bed every morning. Habit 7. Consistent bedtime. Routine now. The 7th habit is what makes all the others stick. Consistent bedtime. And I don't just mean getting enough sleep, though that's crucial. After 60, your brain desperately needs regular sleep cycles to perform its nightly cleaning process, flushing out toxins linked to dementia. The magic happens when you go to bed and wake up at the same time daily. Yes, even weekends. Create a 30-minute wind-down ritual. Maybe light stretching, a cup of tea, or writing down tomorrow's to-dos list. Keep your bedroom cool. Around 65 degrees is ideal. Here's the beautiful part. These 7 habits create a ripple effect. Morning sunlight sets your circadian rhythm. Better sleep at night. Purposeful movement. More energy for social connections. Meaningful relationships. Reduced stress. Better digestion. It's not about doing one perfect habit, but how they all work together. Your action plan and tips to follow. Don't try to change everything at once. Start this week with just one habit that resonates with you. Maybe it's the morning sunlight stretch. Next week, Add the 90-second pauses. Build gradually. Remember George, Margaret, and Evelyn? They didn't transform overnight. But small, consistent actions? Over years? That's where the magic happens. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits are you already doing? Which one will you try first? Share in the comments. Your experience might inspire someone else. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps others find this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. We share simple, science-backed ways to thrive after 60.